Since we're in the thick of the NBA offseason, I'm trying to get my hands on any basketball game that I possibly can. So I've been checking out these FIBA World Cup exhibition games, and man, oh man, this USA team is wild. And the biggest reason for that is the play of New York Knicks guard Jalen Brunson. You guys been watching this? Dude has been playing out of his mind. Not only is he one of the best and most consistent players on this team full of stars, but he has become the unquestioned leader of this squad. With what I'm seeing, Knicks fans ought to be super excited for next season to start in a few months. And I'm talking all about it in today's video. First though, welcome to the Half Court Report YouTube channel. Please do me a solid and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps in getting this video in front of more people. And I'm trying to grow the channel. I talk about anything and everything NBA, so would love to have your support. Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr is coaching this team, and I think what he said shortly after the guys had their first practice was pretty telling. He called Jalen Brunson a natural leader. And that's a pretty big compliment for Brunson because he's been able to separate himself on a team that's full of alphas. And Steve Kerr has coached some of the biggest names in basketball. So for him to offer up praise like that on Brunson shouldn't be taken lightly. So it should come as no surprise that Kerr has been starting Brunson throughout the exhibition tournament. And that'll continue too. This is a familiar role for Jalen, coming in and exceeding everyone's expectations for him and becoming a prominent leader. Knicks fans already knew that, so it was just a matter of time for Brunson to put his stamp on this USA team as well. The Knicks sorely needed Brunson's leadership last year, and once again for this upcoming season, they're going to lean on Jalen to keep their momentum going. When considering the very few moves that the Knicks have made this offseason, the leadership that Brunson will be carrying into New York is massive. And that's even more important because this Knicks team doesn't have a whole lot of proven vets. After all, they're a young team. The average age on the roster is just under 26 years old, so that puts Brunson as the guy who commands the most attention and respect of his teammates by sacrificing his body on the court, acting as a calming force on offense, and making huge plays. This sort of attitude is likely helping him stand out for Kerr on this USA team, and that's also what separates him from the rest of the Knicks. I still can't believe that New York was able to get this guy. Brunson won fans and teammates over basically from day one. He averaged 24 points, 6 assists, and 3.5 rebounds. And then his postseason performance, I think it was the best by a Knick since Carmelo, where Brunson averaged 28 points along with 5.5 assists and 5 rebounds. He carries the load on offense, he gets his teammates involved, and when you have a guy like Julius Randle who was recovering from an ankle injury in the playoffs, and RJ Barrett still dealing with inconsistency issues, Brunson was a lifesaver. And I'm excited for next season because history shows that many players have come into the season after playing in the FIBA tournament, starting off really hot for their team and sometimes even better than ever. Even Tom Thibodeau punching bag Evan Fournier garnered the nickname of FIBA Fournier when he played for France a few years ago. So I think it's fair to say that Brunson's play and his newfound respect as a leader amongst all-stars is going to carry over. And check this out. The Knicks look to have about $30 million in cap space about a year from now. And don't think for a minute that other players aren't going to be hearing about how these guys love playing with Brunson. Great players want to play with great players. And by all accounts, Brunson is so much fun to play with. I actually think it might be time to have a serious discussion about Jalen Brunson being a top 5 point guard in the NBA. So on my list, I have Luka, Steph, and Ja in the top 3, but there is no way Brunson isn't in the conversation for that 4th or 5th spot, along with Lillard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, De'Aaron Fox, and Trae Young. Ladies and germs, I think we're going to have a first-time All-Star on our hands come next season. And Jalen Brunson is making the Knicks appointment TV if they weren't already. That's what I think, but let me know in the comments what you think about how Brunson has been playing this summer for this FIBA World Cup team. And since you've watched this far, be sure to drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. Click that subscribe button too so you never miss another Knicks video. So I'm pumped for this Knicks season, but I'm also pumped to see how this new Warriors team does too. They're just a couple of guys away from being back at that championship level, and I have some ideas on who they need to sign to get over the hump. I even did a whole video on it. Check it out.